everyone and welcome back to India Rain Rocks. So today's video is going to be all about my second meet and greet experience with Niall at his second Dublin show. Before we get into today's video though, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below as I do so many more videos like this one, including more meet and greets with the boys, their concerts and other really fun videos as well. My social media links are also in the description down below as well, so if you don't already, give me a follow on those. I'm on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Send me a quick message as I would absolutely love to hear from you all. This was actually a bit of a surprise meet and greet because I didn't actually know I was going to go in to meet Niall this day, and my mum actually surprised me by saying, "You're meeting Niall today in the queue." Now bear in mind, I actually wasn't prepared at all. By the time my mum had told me this, the doors to the meet and greet were going to open like within the hour, so I was still dressed in like camping gear, i.e. joggers, a hoodie, a big fat coat. I was literally not ready to go into a meet and greet. We had to run into a local Starbucks and I had to get changed, and then my friend had to do my makeup for me, and I was just thinking, I literally don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to say to him. I don't know what I'm going to get a picture of. I literally did not know what I was going to do. I was like, this is so unexpected. My mum could have done with just dropping this bomb on me like 3 days ago so I could mentally prepare myself, but no, I had an hour to mentally prepare myself to go back in to meet Niall again for the third time in my life. I was like, I am not ready for this today. I got ready, I got in the queue, and I was kind of just standing there. I was like, I'm literally about to meet this man by myself, because last time I'd met him, I like knew loads of people that were in the meet and greet as well, whereas this time I knew no one. Oh, I thought I knew no one. I actually did know one person, Lauren. Thank God, because I don't even know what I would have done, because I was just standing there. Until I saw Lauren, I was just standing there in the sound check and in the meet and greet queue just thinking, I'm by myself. I am literally by myself. And then I saw Lauren and I was like, Lauren, come to me. You're standing in the queue with me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We were both so like, what are we gonna say? And I was like, okay, like, brace yourself, India. You're about to meet this man. I was literally like 10 people away, and that's when I kind of decided I really needed to like brace myself and just be like, just think about what you're gonna say. So I was like, right, I have done 11 shows already so far. I know 11's a lot. I still had 2 more to go because I had Amsterdam and Brussels as well. You know, me and my bright ideas. Let's go on tour with Niall. So I was just thinking, right, tell him that you've done 11 shows at least, because I was going to tell him that last time and I never did, and I was really annoyed about it, and I was like, oh. So I was like, right, just breathe, tell him you've done 11 shows. And then I had this green cowboy hat that that my friend Emily, who was outside of the venue, bless her, so I was like, right, give him this green cowboy hat, because she had a green cowboy hat that she'd brought with her, and I was like, I want one of those. And then we'd met some girls in the queue as well that were like, we want them as well. So we were all like, right, okay. So we went on a trip around Dublin to try and find these green cowboy hats, which we managed to find some. So we bought 4, and obviously my friend Emily had one already, and then there was me and 2 other girls that all wore them as well. So like as a joke, I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw frisbee this on stage for Niall to wear. Didn't end up needing to do that because obviously I was going into the meet and greet, so I was like, fab, I'll just give him this cowboy hat and jokingly so you've got to come out and wear this. Which I did tell him that. Anyway, so it got to me like kind of like my turn was gonna be next. The girl in front of me had gone in, and I was kind of thinking like, I don't even know what pose I'm gonna do either. Like the pose I wanted to do was one that I'd kind of found that day, and I was kind of jokingly saying to people, oh, if he does meet and greets next tour, I'm going to ask him to do this one. And then obviously I ended up like having a meet and greet that day. So I was like, right, I need to think about my meet and greet pose now, like kind of trying to picture it in my head because I could barely even remember it. So I was like, right, okay, yep, picturing it, yep, got it all sorted. So got up to like his security, Ian, at the time, and I was like, hi, me again, because we'd like spoken around the tour a little bit, and he was like, you here again? And I was standing there like, yes, me again. I didn't know I was gonna be here today, but here we are. And I walked in, I was like, hello, and he was like, hi, good to see you again. I'm sorry, it's what? It's what? And he said, it's good to see you again. So obviously, yet again, this man makes my mind go blank. I had no more thoughts. I was like, okay. All the things I wanted to say to him flew out of my head, and I was like, this is literally going to be Dublin, the first Dublin meet and greet, but 2.0, because this man just managed to make all of the thoughts that were in my head fly out yet again. So to the point that my thoughts flew out of my head to the point where I forgot to do my pose. So I was standing with my arm around him, in absolute shock that he'd just said it's good to see you again. And then as the camera flashed, feel sorry for the photographer, as the camera flashed I moved. I was like, no, this is not the pose I wanted to do. So I had this cowboy hat still in my hand. I was like, I just handed it to Basil. I was like, please take this. So he grabbed that from me, and I was like, my pose, the actual pose I wanted to do is like, you stand behind me and we hold hands in front. And he was like, he just put his hands out, and I was like, okay, let me just maneuver between your arms here, sir. So we kind of held hands like that in front. I'm going to put the picture in here. I literally love that photo. Although you can literally see how tired I was. Like, you can tell I'd done 11 shows. I was exhausted and totally, like I say, unprepared for this meet and greet. So, you know, I was just not, it was just not it. And also the photographer did not have to zoom into my face like he did. But, you know, we move, we move. Anyway, so we did that, and I was just like, ee! Really happy. I was like, oh, I was like nervous as well. So I was like, please tell me my hands aren't sweaty. I was like praying I did not have sweaty hands. I was like, I cannot do this to this man. I cannot have sweaty hands near this man. He'll be like, ew. So luckily I didn't. After we got the picture, I, thank goodness, managed to remember what I wanted to say to him. So I was like, just before I go, I have done 11 shows on this tour. And he was like, 11 shows? I swear there's only 11 shows on the tour. And I was like, well, the only day I've missed is the very first Glasgow show. And he was like, Jesus Christ, fair play to you, thank you very much. I was like, it's okay, it's okay. So I was like, oh, he's grateful. Not only does he remember me, but he also, like, he's just grateful that I've done these shows for him. And I mean, I know there were so many of the people that did roughly the same shows as I did. I think there's people that did more than I did, especially later on in the tour. I think Girls in America did like 20 odd shows, so you know, it was just great to kind of be able to tell him that, like, not only was I kind of one of the people that did so many shows for him, but for him to then go along the tour and realise that there were so many more people. So I think that was just like a great feeling for him to know there were so many of us doing so many shows for him. And I was like, you deserve it, sir, you really do deserve it. So after I told him the amount of shows and how happy he was to know that I was doing so many shows, I then got onto the green cowboy hat thing. And I was like, that green cowboy hat I've given to Basil, you have to wear that tonight. Obviously I said it's a joke. I didn't obviously mean for him to come out wearing this hat, and obviously he didn't. It was a complete joke. Anyway, I was like, you have to wear that tonight because there's going to be a big group of us all wearing them on the barrier. And he was just like, you have to stand at the bar so I can see you. And I was like, okay. We didn't stand at the bar so he could see us. We stood on the front row. I basically point blank lied to this man. I told him I would stand at the bar. I did not. I said to him, I was like, we're in a big group. There was 4 of us. That is not a big group. That is just 4 people all wearing cowboy hats. After I said that about the cowboy hat, we just basically said our goodbyes. I went out and then just waited for Lauren, and she came back out. But I was kind of like really proud of myself as well, because the meet and greet before, I was so kind of like shocked and unprepared to meet him, even though I'd known for months that I was meeting him. I was so shocked and unprepared that I'd stumbled over my words. And then also when I came out, I didn't have a breakdown. I just felt really chill inside, and I was like, he literally has that ability to make me so chill, and I love that. So obviously then we went back into the foyer, just waited obviously for security, then be like, right, you can go in. They let general public and meet and greeters in at the same time, so we all just ran to barrier. I met up with my friends, we all whacked our cowboy hats on, and I just had a really good time all night. That's basically the end of my experience meeting Niall. Totally, like I say, one of my favourite experiences. So, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite experiences, especially when he said, as I first walked in, it's good to see you again. I just was not expecting that at all, for him to say that, because bear in mind, like, I was in the very first meet and greet that he did, and can you imagine the thousands of people he will have met between the 12th of March and the 29th of March? Like, he met hundreds, if not thousands of people, and the fact that he remembered me, I was like, wow, I love this man so much for actually remembering his fans, and just, oh, wow, what a guy. I absolutely adore him. Don't you adore him? I love him so much. But yes, that is basically the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you love Niall, and comment down below any questions you may have about me meeting any of the other boys or Niall, as I will be very, very happy to answer them. And that is basically it. I just want to finish this video by telling you all to follow your passion, make it happen, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!